All right, so it is another beautiful Saturday night, and we get to do it all over again. Welcome to Duvet. My name is Natalia, and tonight we are talking about aging and sex. Remember, we're streaming live on all our social media platforms. We are on X, we're on YouTube, we are on Facebook, and we are on IG, GHOne television. We all know that, day in and day out, we're all growing, right? I know people born in the 80s are, 40 and above, right? And then there are the 70s and even the early 90s. We're growing day in and day out. So as you age, how does sex change for you? Does it get better? Does it get worse? With all the responsibilities that come with it, people are becoming grandparents, people are becoming parents, people have aging parents, people have so much responsibility. How does age affect sex, your sex life? How has it been affected by age? That is our conversation tonight. And joining me in the studio tonight is Emmanuel Izoma. Yes. Now, he is a geologist and a businessman. Yes, thank you for joining us on Duvet.
Welcome. Thank you.
And then beautiful Afima Kodo. She's an actress. Welcome, Afima. And then Afima and I have our husband. Kenny Daniel.
Thank you.
He's a Pan-Africanist, a film producer and director.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
So, have you agreed to our proposal? Or you think about it?
On your knees.
You think about it?
On your knees with the ring.
We have to proper propose, right?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Okay. So, tonight we're talking about aging and sex. Let me start with you, Emmanuel. I don't know how old you are, but I'm guessing you're old enough, right?
Yes, please.
From the beginning when you started having sex all the way till now, what would you say has changed? And would you say the experience has gotten better or worse?
Okay, to an extent it has gotten better. But it first got a little bit, I wouldn't say worse, but not as it used to be when in my youthful age.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, because I'm very particular about satisfying my wife.
Okay.
So I had to study, read, and research, and I realized that my gaining weight as age comes was what was affecting me. So I had to reduce weight drastically, and I saw the results. I'm still saying it.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that you gained weight, and that affected your sex life.
Yes, please.
Okay, but weight is another conversation.
Yes.
Aging
is another conversation. Yeah, but as you grow older, most times my wife feeds me fat. So
she feeds you fat. So the age comes with the weight.
Yes.
Right. But has the age made your experience better or worse? If you take the weight out of the equation, would you say that you're enjoying sex much more now than you used to when you're younger?
Yes, please.
Why is that?
Because now I understand. Now I feel intimacy.
Okay.
Yeah. At first, when in my youthful age, there was that level of intimacy was not that much. It was just all about the sex.
Right.
But now, the intimacy is the most integral part of it.
You're emotionally in tune.
Yes, please.
Interesting. Afima, you dare say you're still young, so I don't even know. You're still young. I don't even know how to approach it. But let's talk about, even though you're young, obviously you have some level of experience when it comes to sex. From the beginning till now, what would you say is different? And how would you say you have grown when it comes to sex?
Okay, when it comes to sex, back in the days, where I come from, it's a different thing altogether. Okay, we talk about sex. You have to be at the age of 20 to 25 before you have sex. So at that age, we were taught if you go and have sex, you're going to get pregnant or something will happen to you. So we are very skeptical of doing all that. And then we get to maybe, let's say 19, they will start teaching us about how to do it. Now, within those period, we get scared, so we don't really have the sex. We only do something and then that's it. We don't know what we're doing. That's back in the days. But at this age, let's say I'm in my 30s, going to my 40s, I have a baby. I have kids, like 2. So I would say I've not explored to that extent. I'm still on it.
You're still on it.
Yeah, because I
But
feel
what's the
like
difference between then and now?
then and now, there is no change. I've not seen anything yet.
Oh, there's no difference.
Yeah, there is no difference.
Okay.
It's still like, because I haven't gotten, I'm not married and I'm not in any relationship right now, and I'll say that I'm still enjoying myself. I want to
I think I
explore
heard one of my
more, to know
cameramen say,
more,
hey,
to know
what you
more,
said yourself. Right.
to know more, or to go deeper into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very interesting. Kenny, so you see, we're both very single and we want to marry you. But Kenny, tell me something.
Yeah.
I think the same question for you.
Okay.
What is different from the beginning and then now? What would you say is different?
Yeah, so one time Obi was a boy and now Obi is a man. You know, so there's always a time when it's all about sex. You know, you just want to explore, you just want to go. So right now it's more about love making.
Okay.
You know, it's more about love making, enjoying the moment, and connecting. Because sex is more about emotions, spiritual. You know, sex is spiritual. Most people don't know that. So you have to connect, enjoy, tap into the holies of holies.
Right.
Yes, it's because it's no longer sex now, it's love making.
Right.
And love making is spiritual.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what
Interesting.
really changed.
That's what really
Before
changed.
it was just anybody hit. It's just all about the guy, it's just all about him. But this time around, it's more about understanding the dynamics surrounding love making.
Okay, so I think what we are all saying collectively is that age makes you emotionally in tune
Facts.
when it comes to sex.
Yeah,
so it's not just
matured.
the physical anymore.
Right.
It goes beyond that. Right, now let's talk about the changes that our bodies go through as we age, which is very important when it comes to sex, because I think it's part of the reason why a lot of older men, you know, are still looking for the younger girls with their pointed breasts and, you know, a certain figure, if you may, and a firm body, right? Because the women, as we age, obviously, the body begins to relax, you know, and then for some reason, I don't know, you don't like bodies that are a bit relaxed?
Okay, you see, it's as for the body being relaxed, it's inevitable. As your wife, as a man, as I'm getting older, my wife is equally getting older. But you see, when kids start coming, starts suckling and all of that, even the pregnancy, the weight, stretch marks, and all of that. But the truth is that as a man, you have to come to the realization that she would never be like this from the moment you married her.
She'll change. It won't be the
Even
same.
growing with your mother, you saw your mother changing.
Yeah.
You saw your big sisters changing. So she will not be different. But the simple truth is that I come to realize that even at times women do not help themselves too.
Oh, okay. How so?
To an extent.
Okay.
You see, most time, judging from where I'm coming from,
Okay.
when you come to the house in the evening, you often see a woman tie a wrapper on the chest. That's not sexy.
That's not sexy.
No.
What do you want her to do?
At least wear spaghetti hand, a bumper short. Be bouncing around the house.
Hey, wear spaghetti hand and bum shorts.
Yes.
Wow.
Be knocking around. As I'm watching the news, as you are passing, as you are shaking, something else is shaking in me.
But she can't always do that.
She can't always do that. But when that consciousness is there, that this man, he's not wired the way I am wired. You see, like women, when they get to the mid-40s, they are coming into menopause. And it's like that vibe is not often there. But as for men, the vibe is always there. So,
But you know, I often hear men say that, oh, but women after they get married and have kids, they're not sexy anymore. But the men equally are not sexy, right? You obviously you're not the way your wife met you. I'm sure you too, when you're home, you're walking around in your boxer shorts and feeling free, right?
Yes, please.
She's not complaining, is she?
No.
So why are you complaining about her?
You see, the issue. I'm not necessarily complaining.
Right.
I'm saying when we boys
right.
are hanging out, when we chat,
right.
at times these are some of the things that doesn't appeal to the men, that doesn't make them. You see, that attraction, what kills it?
My point is that women also have things about men.
Yes. So that
makes them lose the attraction as well. But you don't find women having these conversations. You rarely find women sitting down saying that, oh, my husband is he has a pot belly now and is so unattractive. You rarely find women doing that. But the men are always complaining. The men are always saying that, oh, you just have 2 kids and why are you looking like this? And you're always tying rapa and you're always doing this. And I feel it's so unfair. Like, we are all growing
to
together.
An extent is,
why are you complaining?
To an extent is unfair.
You see what he's saying, right? It's a mental thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And you do not expect a woman to have the same, to be, or to expect the man to be the way she wants without speaking. Neither should the man expect the woman to be the way he wants her to be without speaking. So that's where communication comes in, right? So a woman who is not comfortable with the husband always wearing agbada in the house and is not wearing boxers for her to see something moving around, speak to him. Tell him what you want to see. That thing you have in your mind, because if you don't say it, you're going to find one young guy somewhere and he will be taking your attention. Likewise for the man. So if the man is not telling the wife, like, listen, you have to still be the same person a year, even after kids. You still have to look sexy, move around, even sometimes be naked in the house, move around. I want to see that, Now, if the man keeps saying that, it's going to be difficult for this man to be carried away by something else. And you see, you were talking about the sagging body and all of that. You see, the pressure the society has also laid on women has made women want to have artificial stuff to appeal the man. Now, because the man is also not speaking, at least I'm okay with the way you are. Like I said, everything is in the mind.
Yes.
Even love making is in the mind. Most people make love to women with saggy breasts.
But
and
let me take you back.
I'm coming. I've met people with women. They want to make love with a woman with saggy breasts, right? But it's in the mind. Something in their mind is like, you need to go there, regardless of what they're saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So a man who has a woman who is depreciating.
But the sagging breast, you're responsible for it.
Yes, no doubt.
It's your responsibility. When you met her, she didn't have it.
I'm not even complaining.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. My point is this.
Right.
The men, now I'm speaking for men now,
right,
have to let their women understand that it is okay. Because if you don't say it, and let her understand that this love-making thing is in the mind, it is okay. You will make her want to start wanting to do those artificial stuffs, which you would even have a problem with eventually.
But let me take you back to the wrapper. Okay, back in the days, our mothers used to tie the wrapper all around, and it's sexy. Some people love it. Yeah, back in the day. Even now.
I don't know why men
it's
don't
sexy.
Find it. Okay,
it depends.
I get that.
Different men,
different folks with different strokes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, most men you are with that may not tell you, and the problem now is with the men, they don't speak out.
Right.
And when they are with their friends now, they want to hang out with other girls, and you won't know. That's why they're having side chicks.
But it's not going to be all the time.
Exactly.
It's always good to put a wrapper, because that one is even easy. You're still naked.
It depends on who
But the thing is that sometimes it feels like there's a lot of pressure on the woman to look a certain type of way.
You understand?
And I think it was only last week that I was saying that usually it's not as easy as men expect it to be, right? True. Because sometimes, this woman may be tired, running business, taking care of you, taking care of kids, this and that. So by the time you come home, she's too tired to care how she looks. And it is in order. Mm-hmm. Like, it is not out of place for her to be too tired to be concerned about her look. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Obviously, it won't be an everyday situation. But if most days she's tired, she's tired.
True.
Yeah. But the men still expect some sort of magic. Like, I don't even understand why, because sometimes people have, I don't know, if they have 2-3 kids, somebody has done CS, whatever, and for a lot of people, when you have CS, even wearing heels is a problem. It's a big deal, right? There's so many things like you may not know and understand, but you need to be considerate enough to understand that this woman has been through some. Probably waking up, kids have to go to school, waking up 5 a.m., doing this and that. She'll go to work herself, come home, this and that. So if you come home and she's tired and she has tie wrapper, so what? Really,
so
honestly.
That's when they go wrong, because
Exactly.
sometimes they are not home to even notice what goes around with the kids.
Yes.
So honestly, so what if
a
you
reasonable
come home?
man, a
and
reasonable
so
man,
what?
a reasonable man, because I'm going to use him as an example. I've been to his place before.
Right.
A reasonable man, in fact, would not even notice he's having an overworking wife, because he too is also overworking in the home. I've watched him in the kitchen several times cook. You understand what I'm saying? So there will be no time the wife will be like, oh, I'm tired, I've been doing the whole, because he's also doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So the point is,
But that's him, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's one out of a lot of other men who may not have the same circumstance.
And he's helping.
And he's helping. I
That's the
don't think there
reason
are a
why.
lot of men
That's the-
who are helping.
That's the reason why you
Right?
must settle as a woman. You must settle with a man who must understand you before you even proceed into anything. Likewise, the men.
Too little, too late for a lot of people.
Yes,
a lot
too
of people
little,
are
too late.
already
Inside.
inside marriages where their husbands are not like him
They
or
don't
won't
know
do the
what
things
goes
for
around
them.
the home,
You're
taking
already in
care
the
of
marriage, right? And so if divorce is not an option for you, then obviously something has to give. But that's where my point comes in, that the men need to be reasonable enough to understand that sometimes, right, for a man who may not be home, be present, help out like the way Emmanuel does, you come home to a woman who has done it all, and it is not magic. That's the thing that sometimes gets a bit confusing for me, because they expect that you come home. There are men who say things like, I don't want a maid servant in the house, I don't want another person to take care of my children. So the woman is doing everything, waking up at dawn, school children, this and that.
Well, it's the man's fault. He should also
And the
And he
truth is that
still
such a
wants to-
woman can never get in the mood.
And he still wants to come home to a sexy woman.
No, she can't get in the mood
It's-
because she's already
You still
overwhelmed.
need to provide heaven
Yes.
for that man.
She's already
to make that
overwhelmed.
man happy.
Yes, she's already
She's overwhelmed. And that is the story for a lot of women.
That
in
is
the
the truth.
society we're
In the
in now.
society we're in.
Yes.
That is the story for a lot of women. You understand? That is the reality of a lot of women.
See, like I said, right, we may not fix what has gone bad, but I think we can fix what is actually coming, right? I still keep saying it. Do not settle with a man that would not complement your home activities, or that would not. You
They
would
change.
know.
People change.
You said people don't change.
People change because
No, people.
To me, people don't change. The
people don't
person was
change.
pretending.
Yeah, people don't change.
Pretending
People
to
don't
be
change.
You see,
But you see, people
don't change.
can pretend to be what they are not. It was only
Supposed
last
to be,
week that one of my guests she was so pained. She was saying that, this guy that was moving to her and said to her that, after conversations, when she said the things that she liked, the guy said, I also like the same things, making her believe that, like you're somebody I can kick it with, right? And they started hanging out, whatever. And then the guy gets what he wants, and now it's a different conversation. He says, no, I'm not interested in these things. I don't like these things. And it is, a lot of, I won't say a lot of men, but I know some men do that. When they want to get with you, they will do literally everything
to get you.
Right? And in that regard, it's not as if they have changed. It's just that they lied and pretended to be something they are not, just to get with you. And some men will do that. Some men will go as far as marrying you, right? And you are thinking
prove
that
a point.
Yes. And you're thinking that you're with a man who's safe or a man who's this and that. And maybe you start having kids and you see a completely different person. And these things happen.
Yeah.
Where people get into relationships or marriages thinking that, Emmanuel is such and such, and I don't know, a year and a half down the line, you wake up to a completely different human being. These things happen.
That's when the lady gets tired almost all the time, and the man doesn't have time to know what's going on and all that.
Now, one of the reasons why women fall victims to stuff like this, I think two things can cause that. One, over desperation. Let's say desperation. Second of all, lack of intellectual vigilance. You see, we live in a society where almost everybody is fake. You understand what I'm saying? So you're about to get into something you know is supposed to be long-lasting relationship or life-lasting, whatever. You don't just fall to everything, words you hear. Sometimes play around the man's mind. Do you understand what I'm saying?
For how long?
For as long as you want. Or for as long as you are satisfied.
Yes.
You're
But
satisfied.
are you aware that the man can string you along till you're satisfied and it's all still
Be
gimmicks?
the same thing.
Okay.
Yes, but
Now-
let me tell you, there are opportunities at times that present themselves for you to know who he is.
Okay.
Like maybe we are watching a movie,
Yeah.
and in the movie,
His opinion.
a lady maybe has done something terrible, domestically terrible, like she didn't cook dinner at all, not even making indomie, not at all, and she didn't make any provision. And you come home from work in the movie, and the man comes home, and where's my food? Say, man, there's no food. I'm tired, so I couldn't go to the market. And he starts beating her. You as a lady who is
Watch
dating
the
that man,
man's
you should
reaction.
you should
Don't even
watch his
contribute.
reaction.
Watch his
Don't
reaction
Just watch
first.
him. If he doesn't say anything, say, man, but this woman, you can even the woman can support the man technically for beating the woman just to hear his opinion.
Okay, I
It
mean, I
makes
get that.
sense.
But
Do you know?
I
So
get
no,
that.
if it's-
but-
so no, if it's a woman beater.
I
so
get
sometimes
that,
you can support
but you see-
what that person on TV is doing. That this
Yeah,
woman,
but
why
you
would
see,
she not cook?
there
She
are
should
some-
receive beating.
I-
The moment he says yes, all these kind of women say,
No,
Ghana, you
Emmanuel,
should know
I get
that
what
this
you're
is a woman
saying,
beater.
but there are. I'm not sure that you're familiar with the kind of men these days, right? They are so. I'm trying to find the words. They will
They'll
make
go
you
to
believe
heaven and earth to believe everything.
everything you want to believe.
Now let me
Can
tell you.
one
Let me
pretend
tell
for
you
that
something.
long?
Let me tell you something.
Yes, they can.
Let me tell you something. You see, one of the reasons why there are fake prophets everywhere is because they are quick to play with our mind, right? The same way for a man to get a lady, he would want to play with her mind. Now this is how this psychology game works, right? Men work with what you say. Your first statement is what they work with. The same thing with everybody who does psychology, who works on people psychologically. So you're meeting a lady, what she says first. When she tells you she likes this, when she says a word, you work with everything, the foundation she lays, that's what you use to strike. Do you understand? So always be ahead of the game as the lady who knows that she's living in a toxic environment, who knows there are a lot of fake people out there. You try as much as you can. You may not always get it right, but at least you won't just
So
be
in this case,
a
what your
victim.
opening statement is what carries whatever is going to happen.
Yes.
So for a man who has ill intentions, what could you possibly say as an opening statement to make the situation different?
Well, for a lady who meets a man, first of all, be more of a listener. Let the man speak more than you speaking. Because most ladies, we know ladies are desperate from what they say. You take them out, the first thing they want to order, you already know this is, she's, you understand? Hello, how are you doing? I'm not fine. I've not eaten, I'm hungry. You already know where to get her from. You know, okay, now maybe she's a big girl and she calls you, listen, I want to go make my nails, I want to do this. Oh, can I foot the bill for you? If she falls from the onset, you know how to get her straight. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there are a couple of things around. So a lady must always let the man be more of the speaker, be more of the listener, be more. Most men don't believe ladies are intelligent. Now I'm telling you the truth.
But I believe that you don't need to ask all the things that you want. But you should be able to be honest.
For
You
the
should
lady,
be able, yeah, you should be
For the
able to
lady?
be, yeah, to
No,
be
not in the
honest
kind
to the
of-
extent of asking, oh, I want you to do this for me.
No.
I want you to get
No,
this
no.
for
If
me.
you know what
so
if you know,
I think what we're going to do right now is that we're going to go on a break. I love where the conversation is going, absolutely. Tonight we're talking about age or aging and sex. What happens when you're aging in a relationship? Is the sex better? Is it worse? What are some of the, ins and outs and in-betweens when it comes to sex when you're aging? That is our conversation tonight. And I have Emmanuel, I have Afima, and then I have Afima and I's husband, Kenny. Quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Duvet on GHOne TV. Allow me to shout out my producer, Gifty Edumensa Euku. Gosh, she's everything and more. So tonight, we are talking about aging and sex. I have Kenny, I have Afima, and I have Emmanuel. And before the break, Emmanuel was saying that, you know, a woman can, with her opening statement, or if she's not talking a lot and she's listening and allowing the man to talk, can maybe direct how or where the relationship goes. And Afima said something. The thing is that I feel, or I believe that a man will do what he wants to do regardless what the woman does, right? If a man meets a woman and he wants to be good to her, love her, whatever, he'll do just that. No matter what the woman does. The woman can be the worst, he will still love her and do what he wants to do, right? A man can equally meet a woman and decide that I really don't care for this woman. She can be an angel, literally drop from heaven. It won't change what he does. So it's more, for me, it's more what a man decides to do. But once he makes that decision that this is what I want to do, I don't think there's much that will change that, because there's also the conversation sometimes people have that, oh, you know, when you meet a man, you have to take your time and know him and all of that. Even before you sleep with a man, you know, you have to be sure you know him and this and that and that and that. And I so disagree with that, because my best relationship, my best, like, the best man ever for me in my life is somebody I met first day. And the very day we met, we got it down. And we dated for what, like 10, 11 years, like it was on and off or whatever, but for some particular reason we couldn't be together. But even now, like, we have such a great relationship because it was, if not for that reason, we could have been together. And he was amazing. And this is the person I met first day, and like first day now, actually, we got it going on. We got everything. And he did everything, and he was awesome. He is still the best.
Psychologically,
but
you guys connected.
Guess what? There are people that I strung along for over a year, right? Trying to figure them out. Oh, let me know, then you get this right, and they were the worst. I thought, oh, I know him enough. I've seen this, It was rubbish in the end. But that
doesn't mean being psychologically vigilant. You see, there's something they call chemistry and energy.
Right.
So if you meet someone, even from the onset, if there's this chemistry, you may not need to begin to prolong the person.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Just be psychologically vigilant. That's all. When you connect, that's all.
But the connection has to come both ways. What if I connect with you, but you are not connecting with me?
There is no connection.
Right,
There's
but
no connection.
how am I supposed to know what's happening on your end?
You will know. You will know.
How would I know?
That's the magic. That's the chemistry. It
me,
can't be explained till when it's happening.
It's not everybody that will know or have that kind of feeling.
For me, it all comes to
right?
It all comes to
conversation. Kenny, you don't think that not everybody has the discernment to know, and also because somebody can fake chemistry with you.
But
you don't think so?
But there is one thing you guys are not thinking about.
Tell me.
See, the truth is, when I met my wife, I was sitting beside my brother. He was looking at a WhatsApp status, and I saw a picture. I said, "Who is that?" He went back. He says, "My friend." I said, "Oh, then I'll marry this girl." He looked at me. I said, "Is that how you just see somebody and you marry?" And I said, "Let me see the picture again." I said, "I'll marry this girl." And we laughed over it. I told her, "Please give me the number." And he gave me. When I called, which is my wife now, when I called her, I said, "I'm so person's brother." She paid attention instantly. But when I was progressing, she realized that it's because I'm coming for a relationship and all of that. And I saw that she was, from the other end, that she was a little reluctant. And I told her one thing. I said, "My dear, I have dated a lot. Now I don't want to date. If you know you want to be enjoying, and you are not ready to get married, then this conversation
then let me know so that I can go away."
Yes, you shouldn't proceed beyond this. And that was February. We got married December. And from that 10 months, we only spent 60 days together. It was about 59 days.
Right.
And in all of the questions she asked me, "What is it you don't like?" I told her only two things. I said, "I don't like people who don't have sense." And growing up as a child, in my father's compound, I keep hearing women saying, "If not for the children, I don't tire." That's quote unquote.
Yeah.
If not for the children, I don't tire. Which means, if not for the kids, I'm tired. I said, I never want to hear that word. The day I hear it, we are done for.
Yeah.
But the simple truth is that having been together now, going to 7 years, I realized one thing. The truth is, if you are in love with someone, whether their boobs are sagging,
Or whatever.
whether
Yeah.
it's inconsequential.
Yeah.
So at times I think that most people enter into a relationship or into marriage, they think they are in love, but maybe just infatuation.
Yeah.
And by the time they realize,
It's too late.
it's too late. And for me, at times I think it's not too late, because my mother didn't know my father. It was both parents
an arranged marriage.
and
They made it work.
so many
In
others.
fact, now that you mention it, I am so for arranged marriages. Like, I feel like it's a thing that could actually work, only that people don't like that idea anymore. Because, for instance, if a female knows me and knows me well, and she meets you, Kenny, or she knows you, Kenny, well, she would know that Kenny and Natalia will actually work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she can tell. And especially because back in the day, arranged marriages were done by, like, you know, parents or older people, where they've met you and they've met this girl and they can do the connection, like, wow, these people can actually, you know, they see something that, I mean, they would see that this would actually work. Now we're choosing our own people and it's not working.
Okay.
Do you understand? Like, it's not even making sense. And also because now that, you know, the arrangement has been done, if you and I meet, we know that, like, we're here to make it work. I don't know if you get, like, we're here to make it work.
Yeah.
We're here to, you know,
Be
so
a team.
we're getting to know each other. We're taking our time. We're learning each other. We're understanding each other. And the ultimate goal, right, or the end game, is that we're going to make it work. And those relationships actually lasted so much longer
Till
and
now.
were so much better, you know, than, like, you know, people meeting. Or, you know how Emmanuel said, when I met my wife, I said, listen, I've been through enough relationships. I'm not here for a relationship. I want marriage. I know another man who said the same thing to a woman, but he was lying. He just wanted to get in bed with you. And he said that to 10 women down the line. Same line.
Some
and the
go as
women,
far as throwing big wedding.
and the women will fall for it. These days, people go as far as holding your hand and going to meet your mother and telling your mother that, I love your daughter, I want to marry her. They are playing you and your entire family, all in the hopes to get in bed with you. And once they do, they find all the reasons why you're not good anymore, and they run. And these are, like, this is the reality. These are things that a lot of women are going through today. You know, so sometimes it goes beyond discernment. I mean, listen, what else would you want to see from a man who maybe you've been speaking to, meeting, lunch, dinner, whatever, and 6 months down the line, he's followed you to see your mother, spoken to your mother, said to your mother that, I want to marry your daughter. He's probably taking you to his own mother, introduce you as, this is the woman I'm going to marry. Like, what else would you want to see as a woman to know that this man is serious about you?
We're talking about something before the show started.
His actions, inactions, outside the relationship,
Right.
his actions and inactions.
When you say his actions, what does that mean?
You see-
Is he hot-tempered?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Is this somebody who pays attention? Is he respectful to others?
do you
Because
know?
if he's
And
not respectful,
how is the connection between you
because
both?
if he's not respectful
Because-
to others, don't think because he loves you, he's going to be respectful to you when he's upset.
But we are making
No,
a
but
mistake.
here's the thing.
These
But
are
here's the
fundamental.
thing.
These are
Here's the thing. I think for me, the fundamental is that this man that is taking you to family members and all is lying about his intention. For me, that's a fundamental. He's lying about his intention with you. He's not real. He actually doesn't want to marry you. He just wants to get you in bed. So even if he has a hot temper or he's treating people whatever, his intention is actually, he's lying, right? Whereas there could be somebody who may have true intentions about you and equally will have the same hot temper and whatever. So I mean, I feel like those things is more of a person's behavior. Are they hot-tempered? Are they this and that? Are they this and that? But the fundamental is their true intention about you. A man can have true intentions about you. He genuinely loves you, wants to be with you, wants to marry you. Like Emmanuel met his wife. Obviously, Emmanuel is not perfect. He has his shortfalls or shortcomings, right? But his intentions were true. Which for me is like the fundamental. That comes before whether he's hot-tempered or whatever. Because the person that is lying to you may be hot-tempered. The person that's honest may be hot-tempered. So those ones, you can see them differently. It shouldn't mean that if a man is toasting you or moving to you and he's hot-tempered, then it means that he's not a real person or he's
But
lying.
I believe sometimes you need to show your character. They need to know who
I'm telling you, if that temperament is up to the level of violence. You see, when I took my wife to my mother, she's the only woman I've ever taken to her. Because I'm a serious person. I do what I mean.
You've
I
not
say
taken
what I mean and I
anybody.
mean what I say.
You've not taken anybody.
Nobody to her. The only person I took to her is the person I'm married.
Like
Yes.
first. Wow.
You know what my mother asked her? Do you know he can be very angry? Has he ever been angry in front of you before? And she said yes. And my mother said, and you are okay? And she said yes.
She was in love. When
You
you're
know
in
what?
love, you answer yes to everything.
To an extent, I believe she already knows me far beyond that temperament, and that no matter how angry I am, I will not lay my hands on someone.
Yeah.
No matter how angry I am, I will not abuse you. But I will make like my statement to you will be so honest, so blunt.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say is this. At times, I think all of these things, the genesis is from the home. Because if a man is well brought up, even the bad intentions towards somebody else will be minimal, no matter what.
You're right.
Even if you find out that she has become too fat because she's eating too much, you will not be able to say it to her bluntly.
Yeah,
But
because
some
of how
people
you-
say
No, then you have not been, if you are a responsible person.
Somebody
if you
will
are
say,
well
hey,
brought up,
look at your
you will
tummy.
not
Your tummy is bloating.
You will not
Maybe
You
that's
are
how
growing
his
big.
you
father
will not
talks
body
to him.
shame
know,
anybody.
Oh, yeah.
If you are well
Because
brought
I know
up.
husbands who
These
say
things,
things
the
like,
genesis
do.
is from the home.
There
They
are
will
stretch
say-
marks all over
Yeah.
It's
your
from the home.
tummy.
If you are well trained, you
You
are
won't
well
do that.
disciplined, your moral uprightness
You have
is-
respect for
yes,
womanhood.
you are morally upright. Honestly, there are certain things you cannot do and certain things you cannot say, no
Right.
matter the situation.
Okay, so let's come back to the age conversation. So, for instance, I know that another trend today is that I don't think it's a trend. It's always been there because, you know, for women who may be, I don't know, late 30s, 40s and above, finding men around your age or men older is a difficulty, realistically, right? Because even the older men, the 45 plus, they don't even want women who are you are 45, you are 40 years, he does, you are not the one he wants. They want much younger women. So the women within that bracket, sometimes it's tough for them. And you find that they also get the much younger men for some reason finding them attractive or wanting to be with them. So it gives that age gap, or sometimes you know somebody who's like, I don't know, 42 woman and has a guy who's like 28, 29, 30 man. And sometimes it gets a bit difficult when it comes to the sex because of a certain, I don't know, the ratio doesn't balance quite well, right? Kenny, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I've met people in that situation. I used to have a friend. He's currently married to a woman that they are almost of same age. And I asked him, even before he got married to her, I asked him why. He said he doesn't want a situation whereby, you know, he's aging and the wife is still young. And when he dies, one young guy comes take over her. So he wants a situation where, as he's getting old, she's getting older, because women get older, especially when the age is close.
Right.
So he wants the wife to get older than him before anything else. So that's a stupid mentality. You understand? Everything still, like I said earlier on, everything boils down to understanding the mental
Right.
state of the people. Now, talking about the age, yeah, it happens where older men, most older men want to go after younger women. These are people. Now, do not mix age with. I don't know how to put it now. Most older men are actually not smart or intelligent. So that's the reason why you find someone older want to go for a younger girl because he wants to explore. Most older men are still exploring till now.
But let me tell you something, Natty. We live in a mysterious world, okay? And these men that want the younger ones get certain things from this younger one, because as we age, we have exchange of energy. We don't have the same energy that we used to when we were younger. It's a different energy altogether. And these younger ones' energies are fresher.
Yeah.
So they want to tap into
they want to tap into that sort of energy. This is where we go so wrong. You understand? Now, since that young girl is naive and doesn't know anything about this thing, she will agree. So there is no love. It's just something that he is getting from that young girl,
and she's equally getting from him.
How about you looking at it from the other angle, where this old man wants to feel young again? And how about
that's why it's an exchange of energy.
It's an exchange.
Yeah, he just
because
wants to
when
feel
you hang
young.
with young people, you feel young.
True. So that's the reason why most younger, like girls in their 18, 20, most of them look older than their age, because like it's a transfer of blood and everything.
And that is why you, as a younger lady or a man, you are not supposed to have sex in let's say in your late, let's say 11 upwards. If we are being educated well on sex, we will do it right. Because if we are not being
when do you think, and I'm not saying having sex at age 11 is cool, but when do you think is best time for a lady to have sex?
18. The body is matured enough, and the mindset is strong enough to take that.
I actually think much older than 18, honestly, because people need to know what they're doing. And I always use my experience. Like when the first time I had sex, it was because my friends, a group of my friends, would always talk about it, and I couldn't contribute. So I went to look for some boy in the neighborhood.
Come do it.
You're crazy.
to experiment with, and it was just, it was absolute rubbish. And I mean, today when I look back, I thought, oh my God, if only I had known better. There was nothing there. If there was absolutely nothing there.
If there was an educated
there was nothing
you
there.
Would have
it was
the knowledge,
a total waste of my time, of my body, of everything. And after that, I had to wait a few more years before I tried again, in the hopes that I would feel something better. Different. But there's also a thing that your first sexual experience does to you. If you don't get it right, it kind of stays with you for a minute before you fully understand. It's the reason why the education is so important. So it took me quite a number of years to settle into what exactly to expect and how things should be. So for me, much older than 18, so that you know and understand fully what this is. And even the who, like Charlie, some boy in my neighborhood that's he wasn't even checking for me, like, you know what I mean? It was me that went to hunt him down. So if you know what I mean? So once you have the education and you know and fully understand, it makes you know what to expect, how to maneuver everything, so that you get it right, because the first experience also really counts. So for me much older.
You see, for me, 18 and above. Do you know why? I asked Google, we were having a conversation, and I asked Google, what is the age of consensual sex in Ghana? And he said 16. And I'm asking myself, if the person will be only eligible to vote at 18, why if the person has the right mind at 18 to vote, why should the person have the right mind at 16 to have sex, when sex is even more complicated? So it all boils down to the society. Lack of proper education.
We don't even.
But the school I went to, the secondary school I went to, Word of Faith group of schools owned by Church of God Mission, there was a class called Guiding and Counseling. It was the only class we didn't write exams, because it was just guiding and counseling. That was just the class, and we had it 2 times every week. All through from JSS1 to SS3. So most of us we already have that imbibed in us.
Yeah.
Not just that mother. You know, your mother will always say, if you get to get pregnant, you leave my house. Or you will tell your sister, if a guy gets you pregnant,
you will
but
leave.
that education did way beyond that.
I've met a girl who is currently suffering. She's in her late 30s. Who is currently suffering as a result of...
Late 30s is not a girl.
Okay, a lady. Okay, a lady, sorry. Now, a lady who is currently suffering as a result of... You got pregnant at 16? No, I don't care about you anymore since you're old enough to take care of yourself. And it ruined their life till this moment. You see, most of what is going on in the society starts from family. You understand? Most of all what is going on starts from family, parents. What do they do? What do they say to their children? And how do they guide them? Because, when we talk about formal education would... How many hours do kids stay in class? You know, they have more times at home. So what do they say? The threats, the kind of threats too that come. You see, when kids are growing up, they want to explore. When you say, don't eat that fish, now they want to go taste it. If you get a woman pregnant, okay, they want to try it. In their mind, they feel they are cautious.
And when they ask something to their parents, don't really tell them, oh, this
thing. That level of conversation.
Give them a reason why.
They don't give reasons.
So now, coming to age and sexuality.
They are also not examples. Parents have to also be examples of what they teach.
Yes. So coming to age and sexuality. Do you know, I've recently, not just recently, but recently I've had to mediate between couples, even before I got married, but recently it has been more.
Okay.
And I can tell you one thing. Women, boys at times, we are trouble. You see, a man will be dating a girl outside. He's going to buy a Viagra.
To go and face the girl.
And drink more than 10 club to go and fix the girl.
To get energy.
But his wife at home is no longer a girl because she's now a woman. She's different. He doesn't even understand whether the wife at home needs to be satisfied.
Right.
So he will get a Viagra to play away match. But whereas in the house it's 2 minutes. And if the woman complains, then you don't spoil.
Then it's a problem.
Then where are you getting
this mindset from?
A matured woman. When the internet is there, everything is there. Not like it used to be in the 90s. Now, you see, but at times I see women need to start to communicate with their husbands. When you are not satisfied,
you need to communicate it.
Me, as I am, even me, my wife's satisfaction, I put it before my own. Do you know why? I count it as an embarrassment to just come early. Like a blow on my ego.
Right.
So I will tell you, babe, I dey come for second match.
Okay, so we're going to go on a break. This is Duvet on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Tonight I'm with Kenny, I'm with Afima, and I'm with Emmanuel. We're talking about aging and sex. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back. Natalia, and I'm loving my guests tonight. I have Emmanuel, I have Afima, and I have our husband Kenny. And
Oh man,
why you don't like that I introduce you as our husband?
you guys didn't do it right.
Yeah, but we have told you. Emmanuel
So,
met
okay,
his
he's a
wife.
priest, right?
Emmanuel met his wife and said, "I'm going to marry," and they're married 7 years.
Okay.
We have met you. We said we're going to marry. What's your
I think
problem?
he's being offended because
Like, what's your problem?
his crushes are watching.
Yeah. What's your problem? We said we're going to marry you. What's your problem?
Okay. Okay. What else?
So tonight we've been talking about aging and sex, and so many things have been said here. Before we continue with the conversation, let's take a look at what our sex position of the week is. To stay tuned. Sex position of the day. Yawning. She lies back, raises her legs in the air, and parts them in a wide V shape. For him, men love this position because it appears brazen and dramatic. The position of her legs is like an irresistible sexual invitation. As he enters her, he can lean forward and hold her hands for support, or grab her ankles and push her legs farther apart. The yawning position is for moments of extreme arousal when you both want no-holds-barred sex. For her, yawning position also works with him in a standing position and her lying on a surface such as a table or a high bed. If she isn't high enough, push some pillows underneath her. This gives him greater freedom to thrust so that she can feel his fullness and fervor completely. But if she wants to slow him down, she can rein him in by crossing her feet behind his back. It's passionate because he finds the position of her body irresistible and plunges in deep, and he thrusts the tip of his penis, stimulates some of the highest hot spots in her vagina, making the position intensely pleasurable for both. Every so often, he can slow down, lean forward, and they can share a kiss. We often choose this position in the build-up to orgasm because it works for us both. By holding hands, we feel intimately connected, and there's always a lot of eye contact as well. Our sex position of the day, of the week, is the yawning position. Afima, you're familiar with this position?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, do you like it?
Of course.
Okay.
It's a nice, position.
Okay. And it's very intimate.
Very.
It's very intimate. Definitely, like, I'm in love with you type of position. Kenny?
I didn't watch it.
Why?
Because we were talking.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so there it is. It's on. Look at it. This is very intimate. When you split the days for Afima and I, we'll try it out.
Okay, so this is love making.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you think about it?
It's cool.
It's cool? That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you're going to say?
Yeah, it's nice. Now this is where no, okay. So, now it's okay. I wanted to say something, but I'm not confused. No, I'm not confused.
What is that?
Okay,
does it remind you of something?
No.
Someone?
No.
Okay.
No. I was trying to say, you remember I said love is sacred and it's spiritual. So when you hold a woman close, even without having sex, when you hold a woman close, not for everyone though, but for those who are inclined with what that's all about, close for some seconds, something transpires.
Really?
That is what I'm trying to
Then
tell
a
you.
lot of transfers happen for me here at work because the men in this office, they're always holding me close.
No, not this kind.
That's
Without your clothes
platonic.
on.
No.
Without your clothes on.
Oh, you mean without clothes on?
Yeah, do it.
Oh,
Just-
right. I
No,
know you
but
meant
without
I
clothes on, it happens.
No,
With
without
clothes-
clothes. No, with
Yes.
clothes on. Well,
It happens.
With
Trust me.
clothes on?
Okay, with clothes
It does.
on, if the skin, there has to be a skin contact.
Yeah, because this particular
They are
office,
trying to steal
the
you.
men,
They are trying to
they
connect.
They are
asking
stealing the
me.
laughs.
Yeah,
What's
but
But
wrong?
when I can't get in on the
See, when
morning
you
show,
go, but it makes you feel loved, makes you feel accepted. makes
Now,
even
now,
the
let me-
environment
now, let me teach
conducive.
you
No, but they're
something.
all my brothers.
Let me teach you
Yes,
something.
no, we are not just these are your colleagues, so we're
Yeah.
just talking of workplace relationship.
Good,
but it
now.
makes you comfortable.
Good,
At least
now.
you look forward to going to work.
Now, listen.
Right.
When somebody hugs you,
What did you say?
don't just hug the person.
Right.
You need to feel, to know the kind of person that person is. You just don't hug for hugging. I hardly
you
hug.
hug someone and you try to feel on their senses.
Exactly.
Just to see what energy they are transferring.
Exactly.
Is it positive? Is it negative? What are you feeling when you're holding on to the person?
So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the both of you a question.
Okay.
Not him though, the both
Okay.
of you. So is it really wrong for a lady to want to have a one-night stand with a man?
It's
A
not
one-night
wrong.
stand.
Just a one-night stand.
So the conversation is we have both agreed that I'm sleeping with you one time. We just met and I'm just having sex with you.
Yeah.
And it'll be the one time.
Yeah. Is it really wrong? Or is it
I mean,
adventurous?
It depends on the kind of conversation that goes in there. Because you
Whatsoever the
can't just see
conversation
me
is.
right
no,
now.
not just see me. No, come on. There has to be, conversation or
Okay, is it that
communication.
someone you know for a very long time?
Not well.
or
It all
just
depends. It all depends on the circumstance surrounding it.
Right.
It
Wow.
could be. It could be you met someone maybe
For a
in the
very
club.
long time. You guys
or
are talking for
It
a
might not
long
even be
time.
for a long time. Maybe you just.
So
No, but I
Okay,
did
for
say,
you, just on the basis
I
of
did
a
say-
one night stand.
yeah.
I did say that. I mean, my longest relationship, like the best one, when we met the same day we met, we had sex the same
But
night.
you guys didn't discuss like, hey,
We
this
didn't
is just
discuss.
one
We
night.
didn't discuss
I'm
anything.
talking about on the basis. Okay, for instance, there are some ladies who will be like, listen, for this period, I just don't want a relationship. I just want to have my own time, be in control of myself.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but if that's the case, then I want a person that will be like a sexual partner. It's not one time. It's
But
every time that.
I asked about one night stand. Is it right? Is it cool?
For me,
It's
for
wrong.
me, it won't. No, it's not wrong. But for me, it
it's
won't make
wrong.
sense because if it's unless then maybe I don't know. I have some terminal illness and I know I'm going to die in a week. So then I
wanna
say,
have
okay,
it
Kenny,
right
let
now.
me do the one time, one night with you because I know next week I won't be here. Do you understand? But as I'm living and breathing, I of course I would want to have sex again and again. So if I identify who I want to be with sexually, it can't be just the one time. It means that in my mind, I have identified you as, okay, Kenny, every time that I'm horny, I'm going to come to you and we're going to have sex. And we kind of have a certain agreement around it. So then I make you my person in terms of that and we just kick it. Do you understand? So if it's the one time, one night, then the other nights too, I'll choose different people. Or like, I'm sorry, the concept is not adding
yeah,
up for
I
me.
think
For me, sex is too spiritual to be that casual.
that is why I
You get what
said
I'm
it's
saying?
wrong for me because
You know,
I need me.
It can't be
Me.
just that
Spiritual
the
to
one
that
time,
casual.
the one
Nati,
night.
me, I need to know you. I need to know the kind of person you are before we get down.
Yeah.
I can't just meet you
Meet you
today.
and
I
then-
like you, but
yeah.
I don't want to go deep down there with you because I need to know you more.
But you know,
Yeah.
for me, at times, even when a relationship starts, for me, as soon as a woman has sex with a man, she has thrown all cautions to the wind.
True. Very true.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very
The things
true.
that she will see and will repel her.
Yeah.
She will, after all, I've had sex with him. Let me just see.
Yeah.
Let me see. You are seeing and you will be suffering.
Yeah.
Right.
True. And also because when that happens, a woman feels like she's given, like, this is the best I have to offer.
Yes.
Right? So after I give this to you,
What else?
it feels like there's nothing else for me to bring to the table.
It
Right?
depends.
Exactly.
And no, it doesn't depend. For a lot of men, that is it. Like, once sex is put on the table, there's really not much you can put on the table to impress them. Seriously, because then it feels like these days everything can happen from everywhere.
And you need to
And
be
men
on
these days
top.
don't need a woman to cook and clean anymore, right? And all of that. And it can't be your intelligence, it can't be your wit, it can't be anything else. For a lot of men these days, because they get that on a regular from everywhere. And also social media has influenced that idea for men. If he's looking for wit and intelligence, listen, all he has to just go on his phone, he'll see it. it's there for him to see. So you're not special, right? You are not honestly special. So once you put sex on the table for a man, it feels like, okay, what else is there? For a lot of men, it feels like, what else is there? And so women like to hold on to that because it's precious to me. Like, once I give you that, there isn't much else.
I think it depends on the woman too.
But it depends
if
on
the lady really has something to offer. For instance, if I meet a lady right now and she has what I want, even if we may.
Like what?
We may.
Like what?
I'm coming. We may. That's a code you pay.
Yeah, so what do you want,
all right.
like what?
No, I'm coming, right?
Okay.
We may be done having sex or making love, and the next whispering is, hey, what are we doing in the morning?
Yeah, but what you want, like what?
There's a whole lot that is required.
Like what? No, give me, like, I want examples.
First, she has to be smart in terms of thinking. She also has to be industrious. And apart from being industrious, it depends on the field where she finds herself. She has to be on top of her game. You understand what I'm saying? She also has to be someone who would contribute to my psyche. Because most times, most men too go through trauma because they think alone. So when you have a lady who knows you have this plan, and after lovemaking, she's like, that thing you told me, don't you think it's not right that way if you do it this? After lovemaking, right there. So when you have such conversation, even right there with a man who understands the power a woman has, or that understands what he wants, right there he will understand that it's not just sex that he wants.
Yeah, but the man has to be willing and open for that to happen, right? Because if the man's intention is not like, people sometimes meet people and their conversations are very light or fickle, like because they don't want anything more. If you are intelligent, it will be in your head, honestly, because they won't even give room for you to express. Because of, again, back to the conversation on intention, right? If a man came to you just for the sex, he will lie his way, say all kinds of things, but once he gets the sex, he's not really interested again. So it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. He really couldn't be bothered. He doesn't care for your intelligence.
That is not why
he's here.
Still boils down on what he wants before getting down.
Exactly. That is why the women hold on to the sex, because you're not sure who's what and whose intentions are real and whose intentions are not real.
Are you trying to say woman's intelligence is limited? Because that of men is not, because they really...
No, you are getting her wrong.
No.
See, before the relationship, she wants to hold on to that.
Yes.
Because at that point, that is all she has.
Yes.
But when she's in the relationship already, if she has more, honestly, you just, as a man, you just cannot discard her.
Yeah.
But most men, just like you said, they will, even after marriage.
No,
That is
because that woman
from the beginning.
Yeah, no, but at times you may have a bad intention. But if that woman is valuable,
you will change your mind.
You will change your mind, true.
From my standpoint of view, from my standpoint of view,
roaming around.
See, from my standpoint of view, first, outside love, friendship, one thing about my wife is that I know I can depend on her.
Yeah.
You can confide.
Yeah.
I know she's my first consultant.
Yeah, men love dependable women.
She's my first consultant. If I'm having any hiccups right now, she's the first person I'll call, babe, see. What do you think?
Okay, so that is correct.
So because she's very valuable.
Yeah.
So honestly, I cannot afford to lose her.
That is correct. 2 years ago on my birthday, a couple of friends came together, and most of them were men. So we were sitting at the table and we're saying, and they're all married. So sitting at the table, and I asked, why did you marry your wife? And they all had the same response, which is what you've said, that I found that I could depend on this woman. One of them was actually telling us how his wife started a business, roped him in, and now they're doing so well and whatever. But on the flip side, they all said they had women that they actually loved more than the women they married.
Okay, so it's more than just love.
So it wasn't the love that made them marry the women they married. It was the fact that this is a woman I can depend on.
So it's not really about the love now.
It's not about the love.
It's more than that.
However, they still have the love that they had. It didn't go anywhere. They married Afiba, right? But they still have the love that they had for Natalia. It's still intact.
So if they find their way, they're cheats.
Oh no. So the
If
thing
they
is,
find a way, they'll cheat.
do you understand? Because then for them it's security, it's maturity, it's dependability. This is a woman who can take care of my kids, raise them, has everything I need. But obviously, in order to marry her, I'll have a certain level of love. But the, head over heels,
I mean, such
I'm
person
feeling
is selfish, because the lady sometimes will be feeling cheated, will be feeling bad, because she already understands that this man kept me for this purpose.
No, they will know.
Sometimes they will know. Sometimes they will know.
because of the
Especially
love and the
not
conversation.
love now, not
No.
love now, because
They
she
would
said
never
something.
know.
She said most of these women are kept for this purpose, and
Yeah, but
the
this is-
love is somewhere
Right,
else.
but this is something these men who are my friends were confessing to me.
Yeah.
Because me is not my business.
A smart woman
But
will
their-
know that
no, but
she
their
is
wives
being
will
used.
never know, because they will treat you so well.
They will
so
treat you
good.
well, and even
You
if
would
he's
never
cheating,
know.
you just see it like that regular man.
You would never know.
Then you can't say anything
Yeah,
about
Yes.
it.
you would never know, because they know the value you bring to the table. The last thing they want is for you to even have an inkling of something
Of that,
negative.
yes.
So what about a woman who wants more, who is very jealous? She wants more, because now it's the man that is wanting more from the woman. What
When you
about
say
the
a
woman?
woman wanting more, I don't understand.
A woman who wants more
Like
of her
what?
husband, his attention, his time.
Oh, you would want that in the beginning when you don't have any kids and any big responsibilities.
But-
Trust me, if you're waking up at 5 a.m. taking care of kids and all that, you don't have time for more.
When you have like four kids,
you
you're
won't make
busy.
the time for more. It is beginning stages relationship that women think they crave. Oh, you haven't called me today, da da da. When I'm having to work, we're looking for money, we're putting up buildings, we want to do this and that, we're starting businesses. I can go the whole day without you calling me, and I haven't even thought about you, because there's so much happening. And I know at the end of the day, I'll see you at home. Do you understand? So the more decreases as you grow in a marriage, because so much more responsibility.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll wake up and I have to call your mother, right, to find out how she's doing. Your mother, to find out how she's doing, because you're my husband, right? So I need to know, like, if your sister is in school and she needs this and that, she calls me, I need to make sure that's sorted. You are the last on the list. Everybody comes before you, the husband. So the more decreases as the marriage grows and responsibility grows, and especially for a man who treats you well, he's probably sending you lunch at work, he'll buy you flowers, I don't know, on the weekend, this and that. The last thing you're thinking is that this man is cheating, or he's treating you well.
True.
And that's
You're
what
right.
women want. Women will not complain about cheating when a man treats them well.
Because you're always
Yes,
busy.
they won't even notice it.
Do you understand?
You're always
When a
busy.
man is treating you well, I'm sorry, you don't have any complaints. You're fine. You're okay. Everything is fine.
It's only when they
The
get...
only time women complain and are bitter and will nag is because the man is not treating them well.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
True.
It's really simple mathematics.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So then it is the reason why some men have mastered the art of keeping a home and still keeping a woman on the side, and they do it effortlessly.
Some.
But you see, but there are,
The way I say that some.
but there must be consequences. For every action, there is
Oh,
an
yes.
equal proportion of reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know people who have multiple families, and their primary family has no idea that there are these extras on the side.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it
I
happens
think
a lot.
they're not man enough.
Happens a lot.
Why?
Happens a lot.
If you feel, first of all, he's the
When
man.
you have sworn chastity to someone and you are breaking it outside, you will do everything to keep that thing.
Protect it.
Yeah.
Kenny, have you not heard how a man died and people came from here and there?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
happens
yeah,
all
It
the
happens
time.
a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
It happens all the
Happens
time.
a
It's
lot.
true.
that's what
As
I'm
they're
saying.
alive, I mean,
That's
they
what I'm
would
saying.
never let you
I
see.
said this before, right? There should get to a point in every man's life where he should be intentional for every of his action, and he
Yes.
should also be ready to own up his action.
Yes.
Right? It is not wrong for a man, just like what Yul Edochie did. People were coming after him. This man is man enough. He's a man. So if the woman can, take it up and still cope with it, it's cool. You understand? If she says she's not doing anymore, he has every right to apologize and even, sort her out. But every man, if you know you want to cheat, you want to do something from the outside and it results into you having kids, be man enough.
Claim the children.
Yeah.
No, but they do claim the children.
Not just claiming the children. let your wife know about it, because at the end of
that is the hardest part.
but it becomes worse when you are no more.
How does it become worse?
Like when the man is no more, it becomes worse because the kids out there, they're going to bring war.
Oh, not always. I want to believe that. I mean, if you're going, as a man, if you're going to play this game, you need to be up to the task. You need to have the money to fund this kind of lifestyle, because this lifestyle is not for poor people, unfortunately. You cannot, you yourself, you know what I mean? You can't be doing that.
Even when you have the money. First of all, having so much money doesn't also give you the right in this era to have more than a wife.
But it prevents you from certain things happening.
But no matter how it prevents you.
Let's round up this conversation. Aging and sex, Kenny.
Yeah.
In wrapping it up, what would you say? What would be your final words?
Well, just like we said, go with what works for you. And there's no manual, there's no guideline, but we all should have an understanding as to how this is what the society is all about. Follow your instincts, like I always say, and work with the flow, move with the flow, move where your energy goes, follow.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, to the youth, I just want to say a little something to the youth out there. It's like they are more in a haste to have sex, they are more in a haste to get married. You shouldn't be in a haste to get married, okay? You should ask about marriage, you should ask about your sex life. I mean, you should be educated enough to, go into any relationship out there and go with your heart. Know this person before you take a step. I mean, that's all I have today.
All right, Emmanuel.
Okay, for me, I would say to every married man, your wife was once a girl before she became a woman. And remember, even if she's a woman, she will always be a girl. Do everything to satisfy her. Not just material things, especially in the room.
Yeah.
And I will equally appeal to men that the women are always taking care of us. Always. Ours is like, just make the provisions, and even when we don't make, they fill in the space. For me, men should start taking care of their wives also. If today is a Saturday morning, you wake up as early as 5, you make breakfast, and when she's up, there is food to eat. There is no harm in that. It makes life sweet. And as for infidelity, I'm from a very polygamous home, so I advise people to stay away from it, because the consequences of it is more than you think. Thank you.
All right. Kenny.
Both hear the advice he gave you guys. Did you hear what he said?
Yes, we heard it.
The two of you?
Yes, we heard it.
Okay, so
Kenny,
I hope I'm free now.
Yes, you are. How can we find you? Are you on social media?
Yes. Follow me on all social media, X4040, XFOURTY, 4 and 0.
Okay. We will still marry you. Yes, Afima.
On Instagram, The Real Afima GH, on TikTok, and then on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. Emmanuel? You're not on social media. Do you have any projects coming up? Anything we should know about?
Yes,
Okay.
lots. We have a film, ELBIB, and also couple of other films, doing documentaries as well.
Yeah, I also have a new movie coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, Delivery Boy. So
Delivery Boy.
Delivery Boy, watch out.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So thank you.
With them for
Yes.
next
one of
month
our
end
films.
for a marriage retreat,
Yeah,
for questions
I'll tell
and
you about
answers, for spouses to really, these difficult conversations that spouses can't get between themselves. We want to initiate those conversations.
Single people, am I welcome? Me, I'm single.
You're not single.
I am single. Why are you saying I'm not single? Hey, Kenny.
What of you just said?
We said we want to marry you. We haven't married you yet. We are
Yes,
single.
so wait.
I beg.
Okay.
But are single people invited though?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Oh, single people will be spectators.
There won't be other single people so we can mingle.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's possible.
It's possible.
Very possible.
There'll be matchmaking.
Matchmaking.
Oh,
all
Natty
right.
will
But
be
for,
going.
I mean, for anyone who's watching, I'm single. Afima is single. So we're just throwing it out there. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Big shouts going out to the crew and everybody who watched us tonight. We appreciate your time. We do this again next Saturday, 10 p.m. exactly on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Connect with me on social media at Yes, I Am Natalia. Enjoy your night and do try our sex position of the week. Good night.